Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to your Daily Tarot reading for Wednesday, January 29th, 2020. Let's get these cards shuffled up and let's see what our energy for today is all about. I'm hoping you guys are having a good week. Yesterday, I think, should have been pretty well for everybody. You had some good vibes to get through and some things that you had to maintain some focus upon. And I'm sure if you did that, the day went relatively seamless. So let's see what this hump day has in store for us, shall we? Let's get these shuffled up just a little bit more. There we go. All right, I think we're good. Let's put down that first pile, our second pile, and finally now our third pile. And let's see. I think it's going to be this last pile today. So let's see what we get for a card. All right, we have the Seven of Swords. Let's talk a bit about this minor arcana card, right? All that being said, it's about our responses and reactions today and what we can do to make our day go a little bit more smoothly and a little bit more efficiently. When we look at this card, some of the general meanings and general ideas that come to mind is trickery, lies, deceit, underhandedness, scheming even comes to mind, some risky behaviors. So as you're probably guessing, it's probably not going to be a warm and fluffy day by any means. But you do want to keep in mind it also suggests some flexibility, some strategy, being resourceful, and being adaptable. That's one of the more important key takeaways from this, I would say. Now, from a general meaning, some things to keep in mind. When we're dealing with people today and we're dealing with the issues today, there may be a little bit of lack of conscience, maybe a little bit of cheating, a little bit of trickery, maybe lies and deceit may come to mind, even mental manipulation. But the long story short is you do have at your disposal your adaptability, your wit, your rationale, things that you can do in order to keep these actions away from you or away from affecting you in a negative untoward manner. Now, when we look at love and relationships with this card, some of the things you want to keep in mind are just, as I said a little bit earlier, there may be some issues going on where there may be some arguments, there may be some lack of trust issues. The big picture is take a step back before you respond and react to anything. And look at the bigger picture. See what's out there. Are you actually being lied to? Are you actually someone in your immediate circle being deceitful for you? Or is it your perception of it? And worse than that, is it that people are telling you this, but you're not actually seeing it yourself? Again, we want to stay away from gossip. Anytime I see swords, gossip comes to mind because gossip can be deceitful. Gossip can be just irrational, and gossip can be really damaging to people's lives with or without intent. Now, from a money and a career standpoint, obviously at work is not going to be a real smooth sailing. There may be some issues with you being undermined or attempts to undermine you are there. There may be some situations where you're not being told the full truth or you're being told a lie in general. Understand again, your strengths in a day like today, and this goes for any day like this, is your resourcefulness, your adaptability, your flexibility, your sharp wit, and your rationale. Don't react and respond to things because people might be having that as part of their plan. Your reaction and your response can be used against you. So that being said, take the information in, deal with it in your head, make your own decisions to how you're going to deal with it going forward, but in no means really jump into the mix and try to get into a word fight or any other type of issues as far as confrontation goes, because the confrontations from today, whether it be in your personal life or whether it be in your work life, are not based on true confrontations. It's not based on fact. It can be based upon deceit. It can be based upon lies. It can be based upon gossip, but it's not factual. So that being said, why respond to something that's not factual? Wait, see what happens, see how everything plays out, and really don't take an action. Part of what we see here, in my perception, is offense. And in other words, putting a barrier up against nonsense, against deceit, against irrational behavior, against theft. You've got a fence up, you're relatively insulated and protected, so there's no reason to jump that fence to engage in issues and actions that don't serve your higher vibe. So I hope you enjoyed this reading for today. It's definitely a Wednesday type card. And I look forward to seeing you all again tomorrow. Until then, be safe, be well, be rational, and be blessed.